Hi there, my name is Bob Foose, and I'm a client partner with New Leaf Training and Development. I'm here today with Paul Butler, one of our colleagues, and we're here to talk about business financial intelligence in that program. So, Paul, talk to us about that program of business financial intelligence. What's it all about?
Yeah, so first of all, as you know, Bob, all of our programs are organized in one of three categories, either helping manage yourself or leading others, or this third category is growing business acumen. And that's where this particular program fits well into. And as you know, all of our programs are based upon principles. And the principle underneath this program is, can you imagine a business where everyone working in the business is working as if they own the business? Imagine what that would do to income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. So we're really tapping into what we refer to as the entrepreneurial spirit. And if I could be so bold, I think at New Leaf, we're one of the kind of forerunners. We're really kind of groundbreaking in this area. Very few training and development companies focusing on that. In terms of getting under the hood, as it were, a little bit in terms of the program architecture, first and foremost, we look at commonly heard and commonly misunderstood terminologies, because if we don't understand the language of business finance, it's difficult for us to be able to converse and to contribute in that arena. We also look at what we refer to as the primary financial statements. I mean, you've heard them: income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flows. Again, a lot simpler than many people think that they are. And most importantly, we're not trying to turn people into an accountant. We're trying to get them to connect the work they do every day to the money-making model of the organization. In the full program, we actually get the participants to run some calculations so they can understand how their organization is performing. And we also get them to do some competitor analysis. But then we also kind of, where the rubber hits the road, is we encourage participants to think about, well, what's one thing that you could do to positively impact your organization's money-making model? And we run it through what we call the 7 components of business financial intelligence, which is essentially the customer, cash flow, profit, productivity, growth, teams, and then community. And then the other thing we do as well, last probably fair point to make on this, is we look at the benefits of a high stock price. Most of our clients that use this program are publicly traded companies. And so most employees don't understand the benefits of a high stock price and why it's a win for the organization and obviously a win for them as employees. That's really what the program's about.
Well, that's great. Well, you mentioned benefits. Talk to us a little bit about how will participants benefit from this program specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to see, obviously, how the organization can benefit when you've got everybody focused in a little bit sharper on the money-making model of the organization. But being quite blunt about it and being properly selfish, it's a real big win for participants because they can become even better leaders. They can go to the highest high of their particular department. They could even go to the highest high of the organization, the proverbial C-suite. They can even traverse industries and traverse the globe, because one of the wonderful things about finance, and I did say wonderful and finance in the same sentence, is it's really a global language. All that really changes is the accents and the spelling. So it's a real big win for the participants as well.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, what uniquely qualifies you to be able to deliver this program and teach on this subject?
Well, I'm actually a chartered accountant, which is an international version of a CPA. I'm a CIMA, which is the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. I qualify with PricewaterhouseCoopers out of London. I'm also a CGMA, which is the Chartered Global Management Accountant. And that's a strategic partnership between the AICPA, the American Institute for Certified Public Accountants, and the CIMA organization that I mentioned out of Europe. So it's really a strategic bridge between the two, is this qualification called CGMA. I think probably even more important is the fact that I've done this as a job for the best part of 20 years. I was a regional finance director for both Hilton hotels in Europe and then Marriott hotels in Europe. And also when I first came to the United States, I came over as the finance director for Hilton Honors, which is now the world's largest loyalty program, when Hilton's worldwide headquarters was based in Beverly Hills, California. So I'd like to feel like I've got a good background, and hopefully I've got a teacher's heart that can help demystify this subject,
That's fantastic. Well, speaking of teaching, you have also written a book on this subject. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Oh, thanks, Bob. So various people over the years had encouraged me to consider writing a book. So I wrote this book called Business Financial Intelligence. The subtitle is called A Mindset and a Skill Set That Few People Have and All Organizations Need. And I'm ever so grateful. It's going really, really well. And it's available as a paperback, a hardback, an ebook. And I also did the audio book and really enjoyed doing the audio myself as well. So that was pretty fun thing to do.
Ah, that would be great. I would love to hear you read that. That'd be fantastic. Well, then let's finish up. Tell us a little something about you personally. Who are you? What do you like to do? Any particular hobbies or anything like that? What would be great for us to know about you personally?
Well, this might surprise you, Bob, but I'm not originally from America.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, so my wife and I were originally from the center of England, and we've been here now since 2006 with New Leaf Training and Development. And this year is a very big year for us as a family because we're planning to do our citizenship at the end of this year. We're actually going to go for the platinum package, Bob. You know, we're going to have a voice box transplant as well. It's a bit more expensive, but we think it'd be worth it. Okay, and I suppose the last thing off the top of my head that my wife and I are very excited about is we're endeavoring to do a half marathon in every state. And we've done 10 so far. So we're hoping to pick that up. And we really enjoy going to all the different states. And it's a good excuse to be able to eat what we want if we're doing plenty of exercise.
I love it. I love it. That's great. Well, thanks so much, Paul. So great talking to you. I'm excited for people to be exposed to this business financial intelligence program. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much.